Alright guys, bit of a different one today. Sorry it's been a while since we've done any of these, but I love doing these videos. But anyway, we are back and we are in a 1971 HQ Statesman DeVille. So no base models here. I'm very excited to show you guys this because, well, for a few reasons, but one is it is so lazy and comfortable, this thing. It is unbelievable. First of all, if we just have a quick look in the interior, I love the flattened steering wheel. Everything's brown. We have this horn pad with the Statesman dash, the optional wood grain one. It's pretty well optioned, this car. It's not completely top spec. It doesn't have the 350 Chev, and we have windy windows, but it has been dealer fitted with air conditioning, which is very cool. And if we have a look here, we'll have our oil pressure gauge, fuel, lighter, radio, which is pretty cool for 1971, wipers, heaters, our little vent there. And if we look up here, we have bucket seats. I love this this interior trim though. It really reminds me of that Mazda Road Pace. I don't know if you guys have seen that, but it's brown on brown on brown, this thing. And I mean, even under here, we've got plenty of beige, and I haven't actually looked in there, but yeah, plenty of beige, plenty of black. There we go. And tons of ashtrays, as you can imagine. Like, it's in very, very good condition. This one is a Trimatic as well, a 3-speed Trimatic, so that's pretty damn cool. And if we jump out for a second, I do have to mention the mirror. So this car is currently for sale at the dealership. It's only just broken, and they have ordered another one. So when this car is actually for sale, that's going to be fixed. So when this car is actually for sale, that's going to be fixed. But we'll just jump outside for 2 seconds, but I'll show you the other main thing before I show you the look of the car. Here we go. Look how much space it is in here, how comfy the seat is. I don't know if you guys can see that, but that is crazy. And then this guy folds down with that leather attachment. You've got an armrest there, and of course we have an ashtray, and an ashtray. Plenty of ashtrays, so smoke up a storm in here, but it doesn't stink, which is great. We have our grab handles there which clip back onto the pillar. I'm sorry if it's a little bit windy. I'm going to try and mitigate the wind as much as possible, but you can see there, this is the long wheelbase version of the HQ, and it is very, very much a HQ right up until we get here. And as I mentioned before, it is very 1970s color, and really the Australian answer to the Cadillac. Our big 4 headlights there, even got similar colors, frankly, to the Cadillac, and the similar naming scheme. So this one being the DeVille. I really like these General Motors hubcaps. They are awesome. It's just such a good looking thing, this one. And another option that this car might have had, I'm not exactly sure, it's definitely been painted at some point in its life, but you could get these with a vinyl roof delete, which it's possible that this one has been optioned that. I'm not too sure. But yeah, here's the rear end. It looks very different than a normal HQ, different rear bar, just different everything, long wheelbase. It's just it's just such a good looking thing. And we have a look under the bonnet. Like I said, there is our 308. Now you could get the 202, the 253, the 308, or the 350. So this one is a pretty well spec car, especially with dealer optioned aircon, which is pretty cool. And honestly, there was very, very few 350 ones made. The vast majority were 308 or 253. I don't know if you'd want one of these with the 6 in it. I can imagine it would be a little bit sluggish. It's not the lightest thing in the world. So anyway, let's take it for a drive. All right, guys, it is time to take this for a drive. As I mentioned before, it is the Trimatic. And there we go, into drive, into my indicator. Now, I just need to make sure there is no cars coming, which there is not. The other thing about this car, it is absolutely massive. And the other thing is that the distance between the brake and accelerator pedals, there's actually a fair bit of distance between them in terms of like this. I do really enjoy seeing that Statesman badge up on the dash there. And like I said, you know, I'm lucky enough that I not long ago did a HQ Monaro on the channel, or a 253. This is nowhere near as aggressive, or as, it might be as fast, I don't know, but it doesn't feel as fast as that, that's for sure, but that's okay. All right, we'll go for a drive out of here. And as I've mentioned in some of my other Statesman videos, this thing is it's just an absolute take, an absolute cruiser. And if I'm honest, I would love to try some of the old American cars from this age. I'd imagine that they feel very similar to this. Big, lazy, I mean, even our speedos in miles an hour. This is just so damn cool. It is absolutely enormous. I love it. I really, really do. It feels very big. We're going to do a U-turn here, or go around the roundabout rather. It's amazing to think that a car from 1971 drives as nice as this thing. Like, it is bang on, frankly. It is really, really good. The only real modification this car has had, I think it might have a little exhaust, but it's not crazy or anything. And it's got, it's been lowered a little bit, but it's still quite floaty. It's just such a massive thing. It's just so damn cool. It really is. I'm very, very lucky to be able to drive something like this, and not only that, but drive a few of the other HQs and stuff to compare it to. Oh, how cool. And you know, like I said, it's not a fast car. We'll do a slight highway pull in the moment, but just to drive something that's so well spec'd, so lazy. Again, it's not really for spirited driving. It is a bit of a couch on wheels, but it's just such a pretty thing, such a talking point. You know, for a car, again, it's over 50 years old now. I'm sure it's had a lot of love in its life, but imagine driving one of these brand spanking new. Very, very lucky. And you know, this was also the first, actually. So that was our 0 to 80. Obviously this is in miles an hour. That was pretty much flat out. I just thought I'd but again, it's not a fast car. That's not really what it's about. It's about being lazy cruiser, and that's what it's really good at doing. You know, this was the first Statesman model that there ever was. Before this we had Premiers and Broughams and all that stuff, so it is really cool to see one of these in such, you know, I know that it's kind of a daggy spec, brown on brown on brown, but I really like that because it is just so 1970s. I love seeing the stand-up badge on the dash. It's just unreal. I absolutely love this thing. I mean, even the radio works, which is pretty cool. I can imagine that not a lot of them would have had that, if I'm honest. So very, very cool. And we'll just jump on the highway here, and it's just everything about it. I love the linkage. Oh, you can't really see it because the mirror's not 100%, but the linkage between that and the mirror, all of the chrome. You know, these were a really cool thing back then. And I reckon they would have been a reasonably good seller. They were a grandpa's sort of car, but you know, seeing these now, I don't know, I really like this thing. If that isn't clear. You also might notice this big box next to my leg. That is a dealer optioned Smith's air conditioning. A lot of them didn't have it, but this one does. I think the only options that this one doesn't have are electric windows. I think that was available in some of them, and and I believe that's all. And possibly the vinyl roof delete. I'm not sure if that has been optioned or if it's been changed after the fact, but the fact that, and the wood grain dash, that's pretty cool. But yeah, I guess we'll do a pull on the highway and see how she goes at 100, and then that'll probably be it, because you know, this thing is lazy and comfortable. It's not really going to be doing 0 to 100s and drag things and stuff like that. I do really like the I know I didn't mention it before, but I do really like the HQ Statesman styling. It's very different, both the front end and the rear, than the normal HQ. And I have seen a lot of people put this front end on Utes or Monaros. I don't know if I'm the biggest fan of that, but I do like it on the actual Statesman, on the car that it's meant to go on. I think it looks great. Hopefully any second now. There we go. I wonder if we'll catch that truck up. Unfortunately not. No, we have not. That's really quite funny actually. It's probably the first car that I've driven that has is in miles an hour, which is pretty cool, rather than our kilometers per hour that we're used to, and just a really cool thing. This particular car is also for sale at Motivation right now, and I'll link it if it's still available. It probably will be, or it'll be upcoming. Like I said, the mirror will be fixed. It's only just happened. But other than that, really cool thing. It drives fantastic. I mean, what a cool old thing, driving on 50 years. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I have really enjoyed my time with it, and a big thank you to Motivation for lending it to me for the day. Very cool experience to spend some time with a car this era. And a lot of people are very connected to these cars, and I have never really experienced one other than this video, so big thank you to them, and thank you to all you guys for liking, following along and subscribing. I really appreciate it, and there is a proper overview of this car to come.